Good morning, friends. Welcome to my kitchen. I thought I would do a little video of some of the food prep and things that I cook from scratch in a pretty average week. Thought you guys might enjoy it. This is my sourdough starter. I feed this little lady daily and bake with her and make crackers and such. And most of these activities are toddler friendly, so I'm gonna have a little kitchen chef helping me out in just a second. But this may seem like a lot of work, but I don't do everything in one day. And it's definitely worth it for my family to eat a little healthier. So right now Asa is helping me feed my starter. So I gave him, I'd already kind of done it, so I just gave him a little bit to do. But you just do equal parts flour and water and give it a good stir. Asa loves anything dough, so he's gonna taste it. Not a fan at first, but he does fall in love. That's him licking the spoon because he's crazy. So he's eating the sourdough dough while I put the lid back on so I can set it back in its little corner to build up some yeast so we can make some bread and stuff. Yeah. And now we're gonna make some granola. I've been making this once a week. Oh no, wait, this isn't granola. Sorry guys, too many grains in my life. I'm soaking some wheat berries so that I can sprout them, dehydrate them, and use them for our bread. I just soak them in a lot of water. Not usually this much, but Asa helped me get them very hydrated. And then I leave this for 24 hours and then pop it in the dehydrator for about 24 hours. And then I grind it in my grain mill for bread. And of course, Asa has to taste that too. So he's like, can I taste everything? All right, now we're making granola. So I do about a half a cup of quinoa. And then I do about 2.5 cups of oatmeal. That's kind of the base. And then I just sort of mix in stuff just according to whatever I have on hand. So the great thing about granola is you don't have to be super precise, and toddlers love to help. So he's eating some raw quinoa and some oats right now. And I'm putting in about a half a cup, maybe 3/4 a cup of shredded coconut, unsweetened. And he does like coconut. Look at him go. Sorry, my father-in-law is mowing the grass outside if you can hear it, but this is a great toddler bake because it's no bake really. I mean, you have to bake it eventually, but it's a whole lot of stirring, which Asa is super into. So I add about 2 giant blobs of peanut butter. This just makes some nice clumps. It's tasty, and why not? So here he is just making a nice little toddler mess for me, and he's helping me put the peanut butter in the jar. He's so cute. And then we're gonna add some vanilla. This is my homemade stuff. I know that sounds bougie, but it's honestly so easy. It's just vodka and vanilla beans, and you just let it sit for a while. And then cinnamon. We put a ton of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Sometimes I do pumpkin pie spice. Sometimes I do clove. It's just different every time, but Asa loves to do the cinnamon. So there's always a very adequate amount of cinnamon in there. I've also been adding this butter flavored coconut oil, which is my absolute favorite. I love it on popcorn. I love it on toast. Asa loves it. Freaking delicious, but you need some kind of fat in there to get some nice crunch. And then I add in just a little bit of maple syrup. Again, just a little bit of sweetness, and then some raisins. Sometimes I do cranberries, whatever you got. And then I'm going to add in some walnuts. Again, sometimes we do almonds, some kind of nut. And I just kind of chop them up really fine and put those in there. And while Asa tastes the merchandise. So then we just give it a nice stir. I kind of just stirred it mostly because my toddler wants to stir it, but when he's done and satisfied stirring, I get in there and just mix it with my hands just so it's well incorporated. He mostly just wants to eat the spoon. So once that's done, I put it onto a baking sheet at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then every 5 or 7 minutes, I'll just check on it, and then the top will brown, and that's when you need to stir it. On the cookie sheet, I just kind of give it a little stir and then put it back in, and that way all the pieces get crunchy, and this is what it looks like when it's done. And it's nice and crispy crunchy and delicious. We eat it on yogurt. We eat it with almond milk like a cereal. It's good. And we store it in this, and sometimes I'll just throw it into a container and Asa eats it just straight like a snack. It's good stuff. So I have been pre-cutting up like some veggies for quick snacks during the week so that I can reach for healthy stuff. But I've been cutting up carrots and celery so that I can have carrots and hummus or celery and peanut butter. And usually Asa will share that with me, so I'm not eating quite as much peanut butter. Portion control, have a toddler. But I put these, I slice them to my liking, put them in a mason jar full of water, and they will last in your refrigerator for two to 3 weeks, I think. And it's just something that we don't ever have them last that long in the fridge, but it's just something nice to have on hand for quick snacks for both of us. And yeah, so here I am putting them in the jar, and then I just fill it with some filtered water. And I do 2 separate ones. I probably could put the celery and carrots together for space, but if you guys don't know, there's a mason jar shortage in the US of A, and so I have this odd shaped mason jar is all I have left because I have to save mine for canning. So here's what they look like, and then I just pop those in the fridge and I grab them when needed. I also like to pre-cut some veggies for the week so I can steam them really fast. This is my tip for less messy cutting. You cut right above the rubber band, and always save your rubber bands. They're the best ones to use. And then instead of cutting from the top of the broccoli, you just cut the little stems, and then you get way less mess, because I find when I try and cut from the crown, little pieces go everywhere. So I just chopped up some broccoli. I keep it in a reusable bag in the fridge so that I can just, again, throw it in a stir fry, grab it and steam it, roast it, bake it, whatever. And then I save all my rubber bands from my produce and I use them for other things in the kitchen. So now I'm gonna make some stock. So I've got some garlic, onion, carrots, celery, some leftover chicken bones. I put salt in there. I put some bay leaves, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then I fill it with water, and I let this go for 24 hours. Oh, I also put in some garden rosemary. I did pull it off the stem, but I just need both of those hands for that. And then this is my secret weapon. It is organic cleaned chicken feet. This will make your stock super gelatinous. You want that jello-y goodness. It's good for your gut. I put about 5 in there. I bought a big, like 40-pound box of these. So just every time I make broth, I throw 4 or 5 feet in there, and then they just strain out. You don't actually eat the feet, but you want to make sure you get organic, free range goodness, and get them pre-cleaned. Otherwise you have to clean them. So here's my done stock, and I keep mine in the freezer. And I also made some sauerkraut. So I just chopped it finely, beat it up with 1 tablespoon of salt, and let it sit until I had a nice amount of liquid. And then I popped it in a jar for 7 days as my go-to. So here's my fermentation area. Here's my sourdough starter. I'm making some cordial for winter. So I've got cherry and peach. And then there's my second batch of vanilla extract because I'm almost out of my other one. And here is my sauerkraut. So thank you for watching my week in the kitchen, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.